guys, if I'm being honest with you, the times in my life where I've truly seen a shift from being rock bottom emotionally to having everything come all at once, it's the times I've been able to tap into the feeling of gratitude. Gratitude can be a very triggering word. It's one of those things that when you're just going through it, it is so hard to feel. And the more someone tells you just be grateful for whatever you have in your life, the more triggering it gets and the worse you feel sometimes. I get it. But let me make it easy for you, because gratitude is the vibration of receiving. The more things you can be grateful for, the more things to be grateful for you will get. That is what a lot of people have experienced. That is what I've experienced. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 very practical ways to master gratitude so that you don't feel like you're trying to force a feeling that you don't have, and watch how your life changes. So let's say you still think you have absolutely nothing to be grateful for. Fine. Can you be grateful toward yourself? Now, what do I mean by that? We're so used to trying to find things to be grateful for outside ourselves that we often overlook self-gratitude and how important it is. Think about your qualities. Think about your personal growth. So here's some questions that I want you to ask yourself. What is something you did recently that reminded you of your strengths? What is something you didn't think you could get over, but you did? What is something you worked hard to earn or create for yourself? What negative beliefs or insecurities have you gotten over that you used to have? How would your past self thank your current self? And even if you can't answer all of these, I'm sure you can answer one of them. Now, instead of focusing on objects or people, think also about the big or small decisions that you've made in life. For example, what was a really difficult decision that you had to make that led to something really great? Second thing is noticing glimmers in your life. So glimmers are small moments or small experiences in your life that bring you a sense of peace, ease, calm, basically anything that calms your nervous system. It's the opposite of triggers, right? Which are cues from your environment that get you into a stress response or fight or flight mode. And glimmers can literally be anything, right? It's like when your dog sits on your lap, feeling the warmth of your coffee mug, when someone makes a compliment to you that really speaks to you, etc., etc. The next point is receiving gratitude. So we always talk about expressing gratitude, right? But there's also science on receiving it. So Dr. Andrew Huberman, who is a neuroscientist, explains that when you do something for other people, and you feel the impact of someone else's gratitude toward you, like when you hear someone say thank you and you really feel that, it activates your brain circuits for social bonding and other positive emotions. The next thing is called mental subtraction of positive events. So this is when you ask yourself, what would life be like if I didn't have this thing, right? Instead of listing what you're grateful for, imagine life without this thing. And this practice really helps you to think about the invisible gifts that you might be taking for granted. And here's a study to prove this point. Participants were asked to think about what their lives would have been like had a positive event never occurred. And other participants either simply thought about the event or thought about how it was not surprising that the event happened. The participants who practice mental subtraction, so again, they considered their lives without this event, reported feeling more positive states and more gratitude than the other participants did. So this is not something you should force, but if it comes naturally to you, then it's something to practice. The last thing is gratitude for the future. Gratitude doesn't have to be for the past or for the present, right? It can also be for the future. Try to express gratitude in advance for things that you're calling into your life, right? I'm grateful for this XYZ thing that I'm about to receive, or it's on its way to me. However you want to phrase it. That will speed up your manifestation. And lastly, I want to end on some very important tips. First of all, do not try to play whack-a-mole with your negative emotions. So don't try to push down anything negative with positivity. That is called toxic positivity. Accept and allow all of your human emotions first. You can try to journal out your negative thoughts first, your anxious thoughts, using CBT methods, before focusing on the positive stuff. Secondly, don't overdo it. I know a lot of gratitude journals out there are write down 3 things you're grateful for every day, right? But research actually shows that when you write in your gratitude journal a few times a week rather than every single day, it's actually more effective and beneficial than if you were to just be writing mindless lists all the time. And that actually induces stronger feelings of gratitude. Lastly, quality over quantity. So kind of relating to the last point, instead of saying, okay, these are like 20 things I'm grateful for, write down just like one or two and list the whys. So I'm grateful for XYZ because ABC. Dr. Robert Emmons, who is a leading researcher on gratitude, he actually says that gratitude in depth is more important than gratitude by numbers because this helps you avoid gratitude fatigue. Let me know what you guys think about this whole topic of gratitude because I know it's so overly talked about in the wellness space, in the self-help community, that sometimes the more it gets talked about, the more it gets neglected because you're just like, oh, yeah, of course. But this is just your reminder that it is actually really important. And I don't like saying the word vibration because it's like, what does that really mean? But yeah, it is one of the highest vibrations, and it is the vibration of getting what you want, of receiving. Because whenever you get something, you should be saying thank you, right?